Hi everyone, I'm back. Okay, I want to share some more things that have happened to me, update you on my spiritual journey with the Lord. You know, I've told you many times, everything going on in my life is a spiritual event. And it's interesting, but it's certainly difficult because it's not like most people. So, you know, you learn to live with the interaction between you and the Lord, and it's a constant back and forth, becomes very natural after a while. And you don't even, you're still impressed and amazed with it, but it's not disturbing. Okay, first of all, I don't know if you remember when I told you my nails started growing and they became really healthy and very, very hard, and my fingernails, this is. And I was totally ecstatic because all my life I had a hard time, going to the salon or doing my nails because they would break, and it became a problem. And that was one thing, but also I used my hands a lot. I was rough with my hands. I did gardening. I didn't wear gloves. And, I did dishes in the sink, and I refinished furniture. I was sanding and stripping and staining and sawing, and, I did all kinds of things. It was pretty rough with my hands. And so, I just gave up on it. And so, he all of a sudden, my nails started to grow, and I was really excited. And I said, oh, wow, I can finally do my nails now. I'm not doing all that, hobbies and all that stuff anymore like I did in the past. And I'm pretty much, kind of retired now. So I'm laid back. And now I can enjoy my nails, so I started painting my nails. And I loved it. Are you kidding me? They look beautiful. And then I started to notice that after a couple of days, it just would start to peel. And I'm saying, what's wrong with this? Is it the nail polish? I tried a few different nail polishes, and they would peel. And then once I would go to redo it, when I would take the color off, I noticed that my nails were stained, and that bothered me because even if I took the outer coat of the nail polish off, the nail itself, it permeated the nail and it was stained the nail. It looked like it was starting to destroy my nails. And I had the thought that maybe God didn't want me to paint my nails, but I ignored it, see? And I kept redoing my nails a couple of times a week. I was doing it myself. And then after a few months of enjoying this and actually not listening, finally he started to break my nails and make them split at the tips. It was really a strange kind of break. And so finally, I had to stop doing it. And I got the message that, see, I wasn't listening, so he took away what he had given me, and now, I had to take them down now because he don't want me to wear it. And see, I kind of knew because, but I was rebelling. See, I kind of knew because prior to this happening, he showed me how lipstick and cosmetics and nail polish and all these things, how they're made from coal tar. They take coal, they break it down in the lab into like a petroleum, and then they get dyes from this. The dyes that go into our food and the dyes that we put in our hair and on our face and on our nails, this is all coming from coal. And it's really no good for you because it's in many, many things. And if it was just one thing, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But it's in so many things that we ingest and put on ourselves that accumulative It's no good for you. See? In the beginning, when my husband and I started going to the beach earlier this year to go get shells, we found a piece of coal on the beach. And I said, wow, I said, the Lord just showed me about how, the colored dye in the lipstick, and I remembered everything that I read about it. And so I took it because I took it as a sign that God was telling me about the coal and the coal tar. So I put the piece of coal in my pocket. And when we got off the beach and went back to the car, I put my hand in my pocket. And when I took my hand out, the coal fell out along with my lipstick together onto the ground. They were side by side on the ground. And I said, see, the Lord is telling me here that there's this coal tar in the lipstick. But you see, I'm still wearing the lipstick, see? But it's just, it's something that we really need to listen to. And I'm still traveling, people. That's all I can tell you. It's not like my face is all caked up with makeup, but he really disapproves. And what else did he tell me about this? My mind just went blank. I apologize. Yeah, he's just against it, and he had to become harsh with me with the nails, because I wasn't listening and I wasn't taking the warnings, to do that. And yeah, so that was one thing that happened to me, and now I'm back. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. He was showing me for a very long time that he can make other people see you the way he wants them to see you. Not necessarily the way you see yourself. We look in the mirror, we see ourselves aging, we see ourselves, getting all old and all of that. And for most of us, it's an issue. And probably the makeup is one of those things that we do to try to, make ourselves a little bit more palatable looking to ourselves, really, and maybe to others. But one time I met with somebody in a diner that I hadn't seen in many years. She's about much younger than I am, about maybe 18 years, 20 years younger than I am. And I was somebody in my family, and so I watched this girl grow up. I haven't seen her in many years. So finally met her in a diner, and when we saw each other in the parking lot and came towards each other, she looked like she was 20 years old to me. Okay? She didn't look any different than the way I knew her. So we go into the diner, we're eating, and at the time I had these blue eyeglasses on, and she liked them, so she took them and tried them on, and my husband took a picture of her. And I said, my husband sent me the picture, and when he gave me the picture, I saw her as she really was in the photograph. And she did not look the way I saw her. She looked her age, and she had those spots that you get on your face when you age, liver spots. She had liver spots. She had wrinkles. She wasn't as firm. And I sucked in my breath, because the whole time that I was there in her presence, I was looking at her and I didn't see any of that. See? And it was the same thing what the Lord did with the deer in my backyard. He didn't let them see or hear the motorcycle, because they could have become fearful and took off and bolted and trampled me. See? So God can make somebody like you. God can make somebody love you. God can make somebody despise you, hate you, be jealous of you, be envious of you, covet you. He can make somebody do all those things, and basically you have done nothing to warrant that. Nothing. So, that was something that the Lord has taught me about himself. and about how I should walk in my own life, because he was showing me that for a reason. He's saying, well, don't wear this stuff, don't put it on, because I can make them see you the way I want them to see you, your appearance, the way you look, and I can make them feel whatever they feel when they look at you. It's an amazing thing. So yeah, I have had a sibling who's gone now, and there was only like a little over 3 years between us, but there was always friction. There was always like this, she just disliked me. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get on her better side, not for nothing. And whatever I said or whatever was always taken and up the wrong way, and I was persecuted for imagined crimes. And I had to deal with that my whole life. It was very upsetting because I loved her. So God, a few years back, sent me 2 pictures. Okay, this is amazing. It's going to blow your socks off. Okay, he sends me this picture of a little girl, European girl, in a dress with an apron on, and she's this is an older picture. She's carrying like goods in a bag on her head, because that's what they did back then. They carried the bags or the heavy things on their head and walked with it. So he sent me this picture. I don't know if you could see this picture. It's going to be hard to see, but that little girl, the European girl, has my face. And I noticed it right off the bat. That little girl in that picture has my face, and here's the face. That face is the same face as that little girl, that European girl. Now, at the same time he sent me that, he sent me this. This is my sister. This is her face. I grew up with her. I know my sister. But she's a Muslim. She is a, looks like a little Bedouin girl, or she's Arabian girl, and there's tents. See? Like Apostle Paul was a tent maker, like in the desert. This little girl's in the desert with the tents. So I said to the Lord, whoa, I said, what is the message here? Are you telling me that I'm a Jew and she's a Muslim? She's Arabian and I'm a Jew. And I've always said that, always felt like I was born a Jew. I was born in an Italian family. Everybody's got Italian names. I'm the only one with Judith. My aunt used to call me Judala. And my mother loved the Jews. She did. She loved the Jews. Her boss was, when she first got married, before she got married, she worked in a coat factory on piecework. She did buttonholes. And she made a lot of money. She was good. She was fast. At that time, in order to make good money back then, you had to be fast, because you got paid 1 cent, 2 cents by each piece. So in order to make a good salary, you had to be really fast and bang them out. And my mother always said that her boss was good to her. He treated her well. And then, of course, the babies started to come, and she stayed home. So, yeah, that was something very, very interesting. And a lot of times he'll show me a picture of somebody, and it's supposed to be me, but it's in somebody else's body. So he sends me this beautiful picture of a black woman right here. I don't know if you see her. Look at that beautiful face. And what got me in that face, that face was, when I first looked at it, I says, oh, this is your dove. And what struck me was, when I looked into her eyes, I saw my father's eyes. When you live with somebody from a little girl and you grow up with them, you see them happy, you see them angry, you see them sad, you see them joyful, you see them, laughing. And all those expressions are transmitted through the eyes. They all, you get to understand what your father's or your mother's eyes look like. And those are my father's eyes that she had. And so he says, put them side by side, Judy. So I put them side by side. I don't know if you could see that. There you go. Yeah. And he said, yeah. So that's something that he gave me. And yeah, what else can I show you? Well, I'm not going to go any further than that, because that's all I wanted to bring up today. And let's see, as far as I went over the nails, I went over to you about the pictures that he sent, the European and the girl and the Arabian girl pictures, and he related it to me and my sister. And yeah, one other thing, when we lost our dog early in March 11th, before that, people, I couldn't even draw a stick figure very well, just didn't have it. And then he brought me to the beach, and I found a shell, and inside the shell it said, "You found me. Go to Jersey Shore Shells on Facebook and post a picture of this shell." And so I did that, and then I saw that there was so many other people doing it, and I started to enjoy it. So I started to go to the beach, collect shells, and start painting on these shells. And now I'm doing some amazing things I never thought I could do before. And this is amazing me, because I always had a difficult time doing things. And it's evolving. And people now are following me and clicking on them and enjoying them, and just completely blown away by some of them. And I never thought that would ever happen to me. So I'm going to show you some of the latest shells that I've done. And just remember, before my dog passed away, I was not able to even draw a stick figure. So yeah, God is definitely doing some kind of transformation here. And maybe it isn't the way we think it's going to be, like poof, instantly, and you go from this to this. Or maybe it's a process. See, it's a process of shedding the old and evolving, and turning you into a more enhanced version of yourself, and God bringing his glory down upon you. So I'm sure there are other people that are experiencing these things, but I just wanted to share them with you. And I'm going to just put up a couple of pictures now of some of the shells I've done most recently, and I hope you enjoy them. All right, thanks for listening. God bless. Have a great day.